French dip sandwiches. One of my favorite things that I have made. I also have 3 easy ways to show you that are only slightly different. Let's start with the slow cooker option because it cooks the longest. My oldest son said all of these are how it's supposed to taste. Slice half of a yellow onion. Add that 2 tablespoons of melted butter in a skillet or a big pot. Once you get a little color on the onions, add diced garlic cloves. Only let that garlic cook for about a minute. Add that straight to the slow cooker. Next, I'm searing both sides to a chuck-arm roast. In that same pan for added flavor, it weighed about 2 pounds. I seasoned both sides with just salt and pepper. Next, I'm getting 3 cups of beef broth ready. We really enjoy the flavor of this kind. Once both sides are seared, add that on top of the onions and garlic into the slow cooker. Pour that broth right into the same pot to deglaze it and get even more flavor added to your dip. Then add 1/2 tablespoon of honey or brown sugar and 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce, as well as 1 tablespoon balsamic vinegar. Then 1/2 teaspoons of dried thyme or fresh thyme as preferred. Bring it to a boil, then pour over your roast. Cover and cook on low for 8 hours. Next, cooking options are essentially the same except one doesn't get seared in a pan. So if you are trying to make it simple, you can throw it straight into the oven. So my next roasts get baked. So set the oven to 425 and make sure it's preheated. In an oven-safe pan, give it a good coating of olive oil, about 3 tablespoons. In a deep pot, add oil or butter and half of a sliced onion. Same as the first way, get a little color on your onions. And while those are cooking, coat all sides of the roast in the oil that you coated your pan in. Season with salt and pepper. Set that aside while you season your pot essentially with the onions, garlic, and meat. I removed the onions before they get too dark. Then I added one of the roast to that same pot to get a sear on it. It also adds extra beef flavor to the dip and flavor to the beef. I will just tell you now, the seared oven-baked one is the best. Those roasts go directly into the 425 oven and covered for 40 minutes. I put a tablespoon of butter into that same pot with the onions, along with 4 diced garlic cloves, 1/2 teaspoon of dried or fresh thyme. Same as before, 3 cups of beef broth, 1/2 tablespoon of honey or brown sugar, 1 tablespoon Worcestershire sauce, and 1 tablespoon balsamic vinegar. You want the meat to be between 135 and 150 if you are looking for a nice medium to medium well-doneness. And really this might only depend on a few things. How long you let it set out of the refrigerator and if it is between 1 and 1/2 to 2 and 1/2 inches thick. First, I'm slicing the seared oven roasted piece. I know a lot of people don't have a meat slicer. If you have time, put the meat in the freezer for 30 minutes to an hour. And with a sharp knife, it should slice thinly. So now I'm going to be assembling the sandwiches and straining the onions and garlic from the dip. Next, I sliced the oven roasted piece that I did not sear. I barely could tell a difference in the taste. I think it visually looks better with a sear and held in the juices just a little more. Then I tried slicing the slow cooker pieces, but it just shredded up. As expected, I had a large baguette and a bag of sub rolls. I buttered and toasted my bread. Then I put the thicker sliced provolone cheese on each side, then placed it under the broiler. It only took about 2 minutes. And you don't have to strain this, but I know a lot of people prefer that. So this here is the seared, then oven roasted. Overall, I enjoy these sub rolls over the baguettes, but both are delicious. Then I'm doing the not seared, oven roasted on a toasted baguette. Then after that I did the slow cooker option on both the sub bun and a baguette. I also had some thinly sliced red onion and green bell peppers. I will be adding onions and peppers to mine from now on. They were a great addition for sure. The rest of the video is just me showing you all the ways we enjoyed this. Ingredients and measurements are in the description. I have multiple links and discount codes for you all. Take advantage of those discounts and don't forget to use my link. Let me know in the comments if you tried this. Also, any little pieces of beef that didn't slice well, I put into the dip for added flavor. Thank you for watching.